Hey, this is Brett. Landscape curbers quote $1,000 to $6,000 for jobs taking only a day or two to complete. Take a look at these numbers from a real project in Appleton, Wisconsin. For a simple 200-foot curbing project, this contractor charged $2,400 all in. Even after subtracting $400 for labor and $475 for materials, the contractor is still left with $1,675 for only 8 hours of work. Let me know in the comments if you agree, but anytime you can pull in $1,600 in a day, that's pretty sweet. And with profit margins of nearly 70%, you can see why there are so many YouTube videos selling you on how great the curbing business could be.
You're missing out if you're not doing landscape curbing. It's the ticket for financial stability and a much higher income.
But hold on here. Let me know if you think quick and easy projects like these are the norm. Because according to ZipRecruiter, the average salary of a landscaping business owner is less than $75,000 per year. That's about $6,250 on average per month. Now, this is not a bad income by any stretch, but it's not what I'd expect to see for a business owner making it rain with $1,600 paydays day in and day out. In today's video, I'm gonna break it down for you and open up the financials of two family-run curbing businesses. I'm not only sharing revenue, but the challenges of this business model to reveal what established landscape companies are actually doing to grow. Because the reality is, most of the YouTube videos about curbing are produced by the same businesses selling curbing machines or franchise opportunities. And they never seem to mention the challenges I'd want to know before investing tens of thousands of dollars in equipment. And if you appreciate that perspective, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps get this message out to more people. And be sure to check out my database with 102 business ideas in the resource box below this video. Access is free and gives you side hustle ideas with revenue numbers and startup costs for each business. This database includes revenue from profitable solo-founded business opportunities you might not know about, like parking lot cleaning, towing, junk removal, auto detailing, online businesses, and more. If you're looking for a new business idea this year, sign up for the database below. So let's dive into this. The first curbing business we're gonna look at got its start back in 2004 and is based in Duncan, South Carolina. As you can see, this business had a gross revenue of $225,000 over the last 12 months. You can just look through here and browse some of their landscape curbing examples on this page and see they've done some really nice garden beds, landscaping by pools, and they've got a lot of repeat customers. Unfortunately, what this listing doesn't show you is the cash flow after expenses. So it's impossible to know what the profit margin is or how much money is left over for the owner. But according to the listing, the business has 2 employees and leases a business space for an insanely low $200 per month. Assuming this business operates at a 40% profit margin, it means the owner could be bringing in around $90,000 per year after expenses. But according to some estimates, curbing businesses can have profit margins closer to 60%, and this would mean that the business would be left over with a profit of about $135,000 for the owner each year. So bottom line, if you're gonna buy this business, you'd really wanna understand the profit margin of the jobs to determine how much money is left over after expenses like materials and labor. You'd also want to know if they were mainly just focused on curbing or if they expanded into other services too. Another thing I'd want to check for is how much work the owner is doing themselves. What tasks are they hiring out? What work are they doing themselves? Because those are opportunities to reduce expenses too. The thing you also need to keep in mind with these small residential projects is they can be inconsistent, right? So here's a revenue breakdown I thought was really helpful for the curbing business and outlines the typical costs and expenses of different projects. I've included a link to this in the resource box below this video, but as you can see, you really want to be able to book 10, 15, 20 days per month with these curbing projects to make really good money on this business. And you can see too, the size of the project matters a lot too, since you're gonna be able to charge a lot more for large residential or commercial projects than you would for the smaller 100-foot jobs. Imagine being able to sell 20 projects per month at 200 square feet or more in your market. I mean, that's just awesome. But on the flip side, think about it this way. What if you could only sell 5 of these projects per month? Things might get a little bit tight. So bottom line, I think the thing you need to think about is just be realistic about how many people are going to be reaching out to you on a monthly basis for curbing projects. And remember, not everyone that reaches out is going to end up being a buyer. The reality is less than half the people who give you a call, send you an email, are actually going to, write out a check for you, right? Okay, Business number 2 is an extremely profitable landscape curbing and yard reconstruction business. Custom Edge Landscape Curbing, based out of Lakeville, Florida, has been in business 11 years, generating $450,000 in revenue the last 12 months. And here's the big secret behind those curbing businesses doing $300,000 or more annually. That isn't being talked about in any of these other videos. Companies pulling in multiple six figures, they're usually offering a whole lot more services for customers to spend money on than just curbing. You see, Custom Edge started out as a landscape curbing only business, but they quickly moved on to a full-service reconstruction company. Now they offer services like landscape architecture, debris removal, tree and shrub installation, rock and mulch installation, irrigation services, concrete sealing, cleaning, paver installation, and more. In other words, this company started small, but now they offer just about every landscaping service you could think of. And when you think about it, the approach makes a lot of sense, because if you've already booked a customer for a curbing project, why stop there? Why not sell them a complete landscaping package and transform their entire backyard? Just know that adding more services doesn't just increase revenue, it's gonna complicate your business too, right? The more services you offer, the more skills you need to learn and train employees on. It means there's gonna be more equipment to buy and store somewhere, just gonna be more complex. Before you know it, you've turned a simple curbing business into a complicated landscaping empire with a whole lot more moving parts. Here are a few other things you should consider before getting into this business too. First, weather is gonna play a role. If you live somewhere it gets cold, the winter months, they can bring a standstill to this type of business. Seasonal downtime requires planning ahead so you can get through the lean winter months. On the bright side, this also means you could take a few months off and hibernate for a while, do what you want to do. Of course, if you live in Florida or California, you don't even need to worry about seasonality, so you got that problem solved. The other challenge lies in lead management. As mentioned before, not every inquiry leads to a sale, right? Sifting through potential clients to identify those truly interested in landscape curbing services is crucial. And remember, in all those YouTube videos about how easy the curbing business is, how little time it takes, oh yeah, they never mention the amount of time you spend on the phone with clients before the sale is made, or handling customer complaints that are gonna come up after jobs get done. And let's face it, these projects, they take some skill and experience to get right. This is something you'll wanna practice a few times so you can get good at it, feel confident completing, right? Personally, I'd take a training program or complete a mentorship to gain experience. Bottom line, any real business comes with its own set of challenges. And I wanna stress that I'm really not as negative on this business as I might come off in this video. I think you just need to be realistic about the challenges that aren't covered in all the other YouTube videos I see online. And if you want proof that landscape curbing can work in your area, I suggest head over to Google and type in landscape curbing near me to see what the local competition looks like. I bet you'll find dozens of businesses near you, proving there's market demand in your area, just like I did. Another cool thing about this business, I feel like this is really something you could operate on the side in the early days. You could promote your business during the nights and complete the projects on your days off or the weekends maybe. And if you started off getting just a couple of these jobs every month while you're holding down a full-time job, you'll be making pretty good bank. Finally, don't feel like you need to buy all the equipment like a curbing machine and truck, a trailer right away either. A lot of this stuff can be rented in the early days to keep your startup costs low and find out if you like running this type of business. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think about the curbing business in the comments section below. Am I wrong? Can anyone with $25,000 to drop on a curbing machine become financially independent doing this? Let me know what you think below. I'm a small channel and can respond to all legit comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.